A lot of my artwork comes from my own personal experiences and then reflecting on things that I see in the community. A major thing too is like uplifting women and emphasizing our role in our Haudenosaunee societies. Even if it's our modern day society that we live in now, just kind of highlighting those roles that women still hold in our communities and then also in the outside world that are representing our nations and our tribes in a positive, growing way. So I've been drawing like this probably since I was 10 years old. Definitely started out as just sketching, and then I started drawing tattoos for people. My high school art teacher, she put me on an assignment, and it was just like a drawing, but to do it in the style of Zentangle. And Zentangle is like that pen and ink style. I kind of changed the random designs that I learned doing Zentangle work and changed them into like Haudenosaunee designs. And I got a lot of influence from like beadwork designs, and I've also studied a lot of quilt work, especially now that I'm working in a museum and I can have access to like research materials like that. So a lot of these designs are kind of just like I said, like Haudenosaunee influenced. Some of them are original, some of them are like twisted into like my own style, but a lot of it is like you will see like this mandala type style, and it just like adds to that like femininity that I'm trying to portray in my work. I will even do these kind of designs like when I'm depicting probably more serious subject matters. I actually went to the Institute of American Indian Arts where I did take painting classes, and that's kind of where my technical ability has been able to prosper, is doing things like that. So I just want to continue growing and continuing to share my message and my experiences. I've actually had a lot of people tell me that my pieces make them like emotional. That is like my emotions being poured into my work, and I try to do that the best I can. This one right here is representation of Quanah Chasing Horse, who is the first Native American woman to model for major fashion brands such as Chanel and Versace and all those high-end brands. Right here we have a college graduate because a lot of our Indigenous women are getting educations, and that's a really important place to hold. So obviously they're all corn husk dolls, but it's to also emphasize that you can be a role model for our children, which brings me to the next corn husk doll, who is a mother, and I believe that all Indigenous women have this kind of figure in their lives, or are this figure in their lives, and it's just another ode to that matrilineal heritage and lineage. This nurse here is representation of those women who take care of the sick and injured and whoever needs help. She is inspired by my grandmother, who was a nurse for many, many, many years. Right here we have the first Native American astronauts. We had our first Native American woman astronaut in 2022, so I had to put that in there just to show that Indigenous women are holding these spaces that have never experienced even an Indigenous point of view or perspective before. And then the next one is a businesswoman or a lawyer, however you want to perceive that. Basically just another ode that women can do anything. And then our little construction worker here, she is representation of my best friend, who is working with carpentry, what would typically be a man's job. So it's just kind of breaking that stereotype of, oh, this is a men's job or women don't belong here type of thing. And it's just kind of a whole representation of women do belong here, women do take up these spaces, women are important, and Indigenous women are just going to keep growing and prospering and being very important in our lives and in our world.